Hi all, this is Annie B and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you for watching and please consider subscribing for upcoming videos. However, if you are a subscriber already, and thank you so much, and thank you for all of my new subscribers that's coming along with us on this journey. Okay, I am here to share with you today the items that I made from the May Bargain Bead Box subscription. Now, my box came in pretty much on time this month. It came in on the 14th of May. Now, my April box, it came in on the last of April. But that's understandable with everything going on, so that wasn't a problem. But I believe May came in on time. That's usually the time that I get it, around about the 14th, 10th, 14th of each month. But this month theme is sea breeze. But what kept coming to my mind was a spring wedding and wind blowing, and I don't know, just a spring wedding came to mind. So that is the mindset that I had when I was making the items that you're going to see. From this month, I made 2 necklaces, 5 bracelets, and 5 pairs of earrings. So that's 12 pieces that came from this box this month. Okay, so let's get started. What you're looking at is necklace number 1. And for this piece, I use the Amazonite teardrop pendant. I use some of the frosted Amazonite round beads. And I use bead caps from this month box. I also use those little gold barrel beads that was included in this month's box. And I also use a Cariano chain to link all of these together. Now this pendant here is so gorgeous. It's pretty, it's lightweight, it's such a nice feel to this particular necklace here, and I just really love this. And now to join all this together, I use the clamshell, and I use this pendant here, and I think this pendant is cute. We used to use these type pendants when I was a child. We used to, all our necklace came on these with these little pendants here, well, these little clasps, and I believe they are called push clasp. I'm not 100% certain, but I think I'm 99.9% that they're called push clasp. They're a little fiddly to work with, so I don't really care for them because you have to keep pushing and hoping and that you got them in place and everything. But this turned out so pretty. And I do not ever remember receiving a pendant this small or this thin before. This is really, really gorgeous. And I think this is a keeper. So this is necklace number 1. Now this is necklace number 2. And for necklace number 2, I used the 6mm electroplated agate round beads. I used the blue iris and the crystal bicones. And I made little links for this piece here. And I use a toggle clasp. And I made this beautiful little set here. It is so supple. It moves. It's very free forming, very easy to move around. This is very nice. So that is necklace number 2. Okay, I'm going into my favorites now. I love the bracelets that I made in with this month's box. Now this is bracelet number 1, and I use the 6mm crystal round beads, the Caribbean blue, and I use the blue iris, the crystal bicones. And what I did, I got tired of this gold, so I used silver on this piece right here. These are just 2 silver links that I had, and this is a 2-strand bracelet. And I use 2 crimps for this piece here. I use the magical crimp to make that little round bead, and I use the regular bead and bead cap here, and I use the memory wire, well, not the memory wire, the wire guardian, and I use a toggle clasp for this piece. And let me show you how gorgeous it looks on the wrist. Okay, that's it. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it just lovely? This is a pretty piece. So cute. That little bead just sitting up there in that bead cap. Nice toggle clasp. and it looks so nice. This is pretty. This was almost my favorite, but let me show you my favorite. Let's move on to number 2. All right, this is bracelet number 2, and for this bracelet, I use 2 of the fancy cut chandelier pieces, those little super gold pieces. Now, at first, when I saw this, I actually just threw these aside. I did not care for those, but they got very little detailed little work in them. You can't see it. Sorry for the glare on these, but if you got the box, you know what I'm talking about here. And I use the clamshell to break. This is a 3-strand bracelet here, and I use clamshells and I use the barrel beads to bring all of this together. And I also use some of those Amazonite beads. Isn't that gorgeous? This is my favorite piece here. And I cannot believe it. I was going to throw away these little cheesy pieces because, you know, when you open your boxes and if you haven't received them yet, you'll see they do look kind of cheesy. But I also decided to use some of the seed beads here. I had some seed beads in my stash and they were super gold, just like this little chandelier here. But I kept looking and I found these are 11 seed beads, and I got these from Beadsmith, and they went quite nice with this bracelet. Isn't it nice? And I also use the bead caps that was in the box as well. This is so nice, and like I said, this is my favorite. So let me show you what it looks like on the wrist. Hold on just a sec. Okay, that's it. This is bracelet number 2, which is my favorite. And I cannot believe it's my favorite because I did not like this little cheesy piece here. I did not like that little chandelier, but it is so cute. And as a matter of fact, I think it's so cute that I am going to keep it on while I do the rest of the video. So let me show you number 3. Okay, now this is bracelet number 3, and this is a traditional bracelet here. And when I saw these little pearls, I thought about our church choir. I guess I'm missing church, so. But I know the ladies are required to wear plain white pearls. I don't know if the gold would go with it, but these are the little freshwater pearls that I use to make this set. And again, I use the gold barrel beads. And I created an extension, and I use one of the beads here for a dangle here. And I use a lobster clasp for closure for this piece. And this is a nice little, cute little piece. So that is number 3. Okay, now what you're looking at now is bracelet number 4. Now I've had these little beads on my computer for a long time. I have a 17-inch laptop and it's huge, and I put little things on top of it, and I've had these beads on my laptop for quite some time. And when I got this month's box, these just spoke to me. I made this little bracelet right here, and I use again these barrel beads, the barrel spacer. We got quite a few of those. And I made this piece here, and I used the lobster clasp that, the toggle clasp that came in this month's box to create this. And this is so pretty, and it looks nice on the wrist as well. But I can't put it on because I'm already wearing my favorite. So that is number 4. Now this piece here, do I need to tell you what this is? This is a memory wire bracelet here. Now for this piece, I use the leftover Caribbean blue beads, and I use the faceted dyed quartz beads, and I also use the some more of the barrel beads. And this is a pretty piece here. Very nice. But I also wanted some dangles, so I went in my stash and I found this little gold piece here. At first I thought it was a heart, but it's not, just a little gold dangle that I have here. And I was using, originally I actually broke this, this is the second time that I made this, because I had some gold memory wire, and that was it was just so loose. It just came out of shape. So I actually wind up using some of my silver memory wire, and you really can't tell. You can't tell at all, not unless you look at the top of the bracelet, but I don't think you'll be staring that close to it. But this is a nice piece. So this is my memory wire bracelet, and I think it's cute. Isn't that nice? All of this month's box, every piece you make, I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed. It is so nice. So let's move on to the earrings. Okay, we'll just run through these, the earrings. As stated earlier, I made 5 pairs. Now, for this is pair number 1, and I use the crystal faceted teardrop beads. And every time I see the teardrop beads, I always think about the little angel beads that you make for Christmas. Next week, it will be June, and before you realize it, it'll be Christmas time. Time is really flying. So I made this pair of earrings, and these wings, I got these from Fire Mountain Gym. You know, when you order from them, they will give you a little thank you gift. And the wings, when I first saw them, I said, what am I going to do with these? But now I know what I'm going to do. I think these are cute. This is pair number 1. Okay, now this is pair number 2. And for pair number 2, I use those pearl links, the freshwater pearl links. And I actually cut one of the links off. And I had some of that, what do you call it? That little gold sheeting that you can put under here. And I cut that off, and I attempted to cover up that little stain with that. And I had a small little freshwater pearl in my stash, and I used that, and I wire wrapped it to this is a ear post here, this little wire here. And I don't use these that often, and I think they're cute. For some reason, I just don't use them. But that made a very pretty pair. And I think these are my favorite pair of earrings. These are very nice. These, again, are the pearl links that I made. Now, you can, freshwater pearls, they're never alike. So that didn't bother me at all. So I made this pair, and aren't they just gorgeous? They are some pretty summertime wedding going to earrings. Okay, so we'll go to the next pair. Now, this is pair number 3, and I made this pair. I made a little hoop out of the 4mm crystal bicone beads and the electroplated the blue iris bead, and I made this pair. I think these are so cute. Just look how the light hit them. And I use a gold ear wire for that. And again, I use the clamshell, and I just kind of sandwich it between those beads so you can't see the wire at all. This is a lovely pair as well. So this is number 3. What you're looking at here is pair number 4. And I made this pair to wear with necklace number 1. Now, I had some problems. I thought, since the beads are not alike, I couldn't find a pair that really matched up, because all the other pairs was in other completed jewelries that I had made. So, but I think they turned out quite nice. I use the bicone here, and I use my ear wire here, the lever back, and I made this pair. And this pair was made to be worn with necklace number 1. However, I also made this pair here. This is pair number 5. And I made this pair originally to go with necklace number 1. But for some reason, it just didn't speak to me. I use the Amazonite round bead here, and I use a lever back, and I made this pair here. And both of these were made to go with necklace number 1. But if I had to choose, I think this pair right here would go better with necklace number 1. So I believe that is it. This is pair number 5, and that is all I made out of this month Bargain Bead Box. That is what spoke to me. But let me show you this. These are the beads that I had left over. I had some links. I did not use any of these links. Normally I would use them, but I didn't use any. And I have the teardrops. These are nice. Some of them are cracked, so I didn't use it. I might be able to put a cap or wire wrap something around it. That's not a big deal. And I used some of the chain. I have a toggle clasp left over. And this was a 15-inch strand, and I used this in 5 different projects, and look how many beads I still have left over. Now these are some the eye pins, and they're plated. I don't like plated. Now, if it was a gold feel, yes, but plated, they really tend to flake off, when you use them. And of course, the cute little cheesy links, the little chandelier links. I have 2 of those left, so that is it for that. And these are the can't pronounce it, but those are I don't like these. I don't know if they're supposed to be rough or look this way. I've seen others and they pretty much look alike, but this is nice. And I had one electroplated bead left here. And that is what I have left over. So, but as always, stick around just for a sec. Let me show you some still shots of the jewelry, and it'll give you a better idea of what I made. So it was good talking with you. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.